United Capital PLC has secured investment banking licenses in Ethiopia and Rwanda, marking a major milestone in its African expansion strategy. Now, those approvals make United Capital the first foreign institution licensed to provide investment banking services in Ethiopia, including financial advisory, securities broking, and portfolio management. The licenses will enable the group to establish operations in both markets, support capital market development, and expand access to its financial and investment solutions across the region. My guest on this is none other than the Group CEO of United Capital, Peter Ashade. Good morning. Great to have you here.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a whole lot worth celebrating,
Thank you.
Not just for you and United Capital, but for the entire Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Correct.
Yeah, because being the first to enter the second most populous African country after Nigeria. So it's Ethiopia in terms of population.
Correct.
And a country where a lot of things are happening. That's Ethiopia. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, I've been tracking your movement as you expand out of Nigeria. So Cote d'Ivoire was not was there also just last year, less than a year ago. And I'm going to ask where you guys get all the firing together. But quite significant. What does it take to secure such a landmark license in Ethiopia following the reforms in that market?
So great. I think first and foremost, let me thank the government of Rwanda and Ethiopia for creating this platform, because if not that the platform has been created, we will not be able to take up this opportunity. They have created a transformation agenda, which is running this bit. And along the line too, I think it's instructive to appreciate the regulator, the Ethiopia Capital Market Authority and Rwanda Capital Market Authority. The leadership has been quite instrumental, and the National Bank of Rwanda, because one of our licenses in Rwanda happened to be the trust license by the Central Ethiopia Rwanda Central Bank. And from there, I want to really appreciate the Nigerian leadership of Security and Exchange Commission and NGX. You know, we're a listed company. Mm-hmm. They gave us support along the line. Through the process, they were aware, and, you know, we were communicating. They were communicating with all these countries. All this would not have been possible if not that we got a very strong support from them, and we are very happy, and we commend their leadership in this light. I must say that this is, for us, a strategic milestone, not only for United Capital, but for Africa. Why? Because it's now, you know, giving the direction, the Africa story. The new African story is coming up. So this is a landmark achievement for Africa Financial Services landmark, because it's now is changing the narratives of how we relate with one another. I must say that this license would not have been possible if not what we demonstrated in terms of, because I knew when all this conversation was going on, they are looking at our strong financial background, looking at our regulatory compliance, the area around financial stability, our track record in governance, and over the years, all these were put to test. It was a journey, a strong journey, that we have to defend every level that took us here. But we are ready, because that's a strong vision that we cannot in any way shifted. So we ran through that. And again, this underscored the fact that Nigeria is going to global scene. So, and that is, just like you said, is not a win for United Capital, but a win for Nigeria.
Yeah, and so the financial markets integration across Africa, yes. Investment integration. Nigerian Exchange is a shareholder in the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, the ESX. So it's quite interesting that we're seeing this stronger integration. One of the toughest markets for you to go into was the French-speaking, which was Cote d'Ivoire. Then you also went to Central Africa, Ghana, and the rest. Now, what role do these markets play in your strategic objective of what you want United Capital to be, not just in Nigeria, but across Africa and globally speaking?
It's okay. So the role it plays is very simple. You know, our vision is simple, but with a powerful belief. And the belief that the next growth phase in Africa will be determined by Africans. And that is it. So, and we are not compromising. It's about aligning with the new African story. So what we see now is that the acceleration of trade within Africa, collaboration within Africa in terms of economic development, what's going to be happening now, and the direction of things in terms of trade, in terms of direction of investment. Prior to now, you see foreign investment movement from West to Africa. But now, what you see and the direction of event is between Africans. And things are going, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and a lot that is happening along the ecosystem is redefining the stage of play. So what we are trying to do in terms of our vision is that how can we catalyze the economic development that we see within the ecosystem Africa? How can we play a role there?
You borrowed a page from Africa Capitalism. You must be reading somebody's book.
Yes, that is it. That is Africa Capitalism.
That's Africa
That is what we believe in United Capital, and that's what we run.
You've got to give credit to Tunde Nemelu. He's the one.
Of course, that is the grandmaster.
He's the one who, before he charges you for but again, African capitalism is the whole African Union, like you talk about, whether it's Afrexim Bank, the FDB, Intra-Africa Trade, the EFCFTA, Intra-Africa Trade, putting Africa's capital on the continent.
Correct.
But again, when you look at Ethiopia and the opportunities, opening up its financial system, Rwanda is positioning itself also in East Africa. These two key economies are two of the fastest growing economies in Africa.
Yes.
There's something you're seeing on the ground where you went there.
Yes.
You don't want your competitors to know that.
No. I can't say.
Well, what's the coffee? You're smelling the coffee.
Yes. One, let me take quickly for Ethiopia. Just like you said earlier, Ethiopia happens to be the second largest economy in Africa, with over 130 million. Over 120 million people. That's the population. In terms of growth, last year alone it grew by 182 billion dollars in terms of GDP. Yes. And between 2024 and 2025, they grew by 9.2%. The economy is being opened up. What do you expect? This year alone, the forecast for the GDP is 7.1% growth. And when you see the transformation agenda of the government of Ethiopia, is par excellence. I've been there, and I could see the hand of the intention and the decisiveness of the leadership to make things work there. So for us, these are instructive data that says that this is a place to be. Things are happening, and in terms of infrastructure development, last year I attended the Ethiopia Investment Forum, and at that forum, you discover that over $13.1 billion investment deals were made. A major will go into energy and green development, while 2.5 billion be going to industrial and manufacturing. Yeah. So these are critical data that shows that the economy is ready, is ripe for us to really move in there and be able to play. And going to Rwanda too. Yes. Rwanda happens to be the choice of the region. Is now the fastest growing within the region, and even in the it's becoming the regional hub in terms of innovation, in terms of financial structure there. So it is very instructive that in Rwanda, in terms of growth too, within the last 2 years, I think this year they're looking at the next 2 years, around 5.2 to 5.5% growth in terms of GDP.
Nigeria is moving its first air cargo to Rwanda in the next few weeks.
A lot is happening in Africa. This is about Africa's story, just like I said.
You know where the coffee is hot. Talk to me. 12 countries, West, East, and Central Africa. Where are you going next?
For us, I was here last year when we were in a WEM region, the 8 countries within the WEM region, with our base in Côte d'Ivoire. And the question was, where are we going next?
And you suddenly show up in Rwanda and Ethiopia.
It's quite interesting, because it is about our belief. Our belief is driving our vision. And I believe positively that the future looks not only bright, extremely bright for Africa. So for us, we are positioning to ensure to be the catalyst as we develop within Africa. We will bring knowledge, capital development, and ensure that we are able to network in terms of the movement from the surplus side of Africa to the deficit side of Africa in terms of investment movement, to ensure that we're able to deliver value as far as that is concerned.
I'm sure you've done at least one or two top management meeting this year, rubbing minds with your top executives and your team. It's a group, by the way, as an investment banking group. So what's next for United Capital when we talk about investors, clients, shareholders? What should they be looking forward to coming back home here to Nigeria?
It's okay. So what's next for them is key. One thing that has been, standard as far as United Capital is concerned is consistency. We have been consistent. We walk our talk. Every time we come on board, we have our AGM. We tell our investors that we're going to do ABC, and we have kept to it. And so for us now is a time for, the planning is already there. It's a time for execution and convergence. So all our strategy, how do we ensure? Now, now going to Africa is a different story entirely. And we want to go to Africa not as just ordinary player, but a significant player. And in no distance now, as we take value to Africa, we want to start extracting value to ensure that we are able to keep our promise to the investor to continue to improve their wealth.
Are you talking about dividend here, my friend?
Yes, consistently we are paying dividend until date. In fact, in the last 2 years, we are paying interim dividend.
Yes.
And, an interim dividend and final dividend.
That is expected to get bigger.
Of course.
Again, because you're building a bigger pie.
Yes, with the size of operations now that is going to be, definitely is going to affect the bottom line. And that's the essence. We have a choice to either stay in Nigeria or make things bigger. And we are positive about that step. We stand by it. We believe it, that the time is now to change the narrative of Africa. And we are the center of it.
Are you looking to list on other markets within Africa?
For now,
can smell that.
For now, I would say it's not a major thing. But the first thing is that let's even get our foot on ground. When we see the opportunities as it goes, then there's nothing that is impossible, provided we're working towards achieving the objective of increasing the wealth of our shareholders.
Congratulations. It's nice having you here. Your first interview since the Ethiopia and Rwanda deal here on Arise News. Thank you so much. It's good. And we congratulate you and the entire wider group where United Capital belong. The Hairs Holdings and UBA group for this. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.